Our last system we're going to talk about is the immune system, which is particularly important right now since we're all staying home to avoid a virus that our immune system, some people's immune system, is not able to fight. So the immune system's job is, first of all, to recognize what's itself and what's not. To say like, oh, that's my body cell. Don't attack that. And ooh, that's a foreign substance. Let's attack. So people with autoimmune diseases, it means their immune system attacks themselves. When it's like people with celiac disease, when they eat gluten, their body goes, oh, that's something foreign. Let's attack the body. Really, it's not a bad thing, but it attacks it anyways. So autoimmune is when the immune system attacks your own body because it doesn't realize what's self and what's not self. The immune system's job is to defend against anything bad like bacteria, virus, fungi, and parasites. We call all those bad things pathogens as like a general word for just something bad that can hurt you. So the immune system's first line of defense is to prevent pathogens from entering your body in the first place. And we have a few ways, like nose hairs actually have a purpose. Their job is to be there and create like this little, thing that's hard for them to get through. So bacteria, pathogens, any kind of pathogen like a virus or bacteria tries to get in, maybe it gets caught in the nose hair, never makes it into your body. Also, if you get a pathogen in your eye, you might like tear up, and that's actually your body's way of trying to like flood that pathogen out of your eye. We also have really strong acid in our stomachs to try to kill anything that gets into our body by eating it. Can't kill everything. We have earwax. It's actually this waxy stuff in your ear to try to like catch stuff that tries to get in. And also we have things in our throat, little hairs that try to catch things before they get into your body. So your immune system's job is to find foreign things like the flu virus or the coronavirus and recognize it based on these antigens, these little shapes on the outside. And the coronavirus, it makes it look like a crown shape. That's why it's called corona, because corona makes a crown. So to recognize these little kind of signal molecules on the outside and go, oh, that's bad, let's attack it. So viruses have these antigens. There are these proteins on the outside of the cell that help to identify them. White blood cells are a big part of the immune system. We have different kinds. Big ones called phagocytes or macrophages are the swallowing cells. These are like big things that gobble up any pathogen that's bad for you. They're like a short-term defense. They surround and engulf cells. There's really cool videos, which I wish I could show you, of phagocytes. You can watch them chase and like engulf a pathogen. It's really cool. Sometimes they even eat them by endocytosis. Okay, lymphocytes, and you don't really need to know the word lymphocyte, but they're your long-term defense. They're like your immunity, and this is what we're looking for with the coronavirus. This is like your immune system's memory. It looks at that particular pathogen, and it says, I'm going to remember you for next time. It forms these antibodies, which are special. Can I move myself? There we go. They're like these little Y-shaped proteins that are like, I'm going to remember the shape of that pathogen, the antigens on that pathogen, so that next time I am prepared to fight that particular pathogen. And as always, shape matters. Shape determines function. Again, so for an antibody to work, it has to have the right shape for the right antigen so that if the flu virus comes, it has the receptor with that proper shape so it can recognize that. And if the coronavirus comes, it has the proper shape to recognize that, or chickenpox or whatever it is. Again, shapes have to match. Shape determines function. What happens once they do recognize that shape, they bind to it and either they kill it directly or they call in other cells to kill that pathogen. And this is how we get immunity. So we have memory cells that are going to remember that thing next time. So before it even makes us sick, or maybe like only a little bit sick, it's going to recognize that that bad pathogen is in the body And it's actually going to be like, okay, we need this antibody, and it's going to start dividing rapidly, because you're not going to keep, once you're immune to a coronavirus, you're not going to keep a whole bunch of coronavirus immune cells. You're going to keep a few, and then once you recognize, oh, the coronavirus is here, your body's going to start making lots of coronavirus immune cells by rapidly dividing by mitosis. Remember mitosis? And hopefully it'll make all these little soldiers against the coronavirus before you even get sick again. Okay, so two ways to gain immunity. One, you can get sick. You can have the coronavirus, hopefully survive it, like almost all young people do. And now your body will remember it for next time. Keep those memory cells that recognize the antigens, the little markers on the pathogen, the bad thing, and they are ready to fight if it comes again. They'll make copies of themselves and be ready to fight. Or you can get a vaccine. So that's what we really want to find with the coronavirus. If we could take a little bit of the coronavirus or whatever disease it is, whether we have a vaccine for polio. I had chickenpox when I was a kid, but you guys don't, because now there's a vaccine for it. They take a little bit of the virus, the disease-causing agent, whatever it is, and they inject it into you so that your body gets exposed to it. Your body produces its own antibodies. So they're not injecting you with antibodies. They're injecting you with a little bit of the disease, either a really small piece or a dead piece, and triggering you to produce those antibodies, those immune cells. Okay, so how do we make this vaccine that we need so badly? We got to get the pathogen. So we got to get some coronavirus. We're either going to kill or weaken it. Sometimes we make them harmless using chemical engineering that we learned in the other unit, so cutting out and changing its DNA. A new way that we're now trying this time, and I'll try to post a video or an article on this, is instead of even taking the virus and coronavirus injecting to people, they're thinking about just taking a little RNA of so remember, RNA is like a copy of, like, if this is your DNA, your RNA is like, your DNA is too important to take out of the cell to go make proteins. So your RNA goes and makes a copy of like the gene that you need. And then that RNA goes to the ribosome and they make that particular protein. So they're like, why don't we just take the RNA of like the harmful part of coronavirus, just take that RNA and put that into the vaccine. So that's something they're thinking about doing. And then you're going to inject the weakened or killed pathogen, or in this case, maybe a little piece of RNA into the person. Then the person's body has an immune response, makes antibodies against it, makes memory cells to provide long-term protection. Allergies and autoimmune diseases are problems with the immune system. Allergies are basically the immune system overreacting. This is your body saying, oh, peanuts, oh my God, like let's send in all the troops, let's close up the lung, what is this? Like the pharynx, so no air can get in. So your body's like having way too big of a response to something that should be harmless, like peanuts, and to the point where it could actually really hurt you or kill you, where it's making you have such inflammation, because inflammation can protect you, but making you have such inflammation that like people can't even breathe. Okay. So histamines, if you've ever taken like an antihistamine to like chill out your allergies, histamines are like, they're supposed to be helping you. They're sent out. They're supposed to sneeze to help you get rid of stuff, make your eyes water to help you get rid of the bad stuff. But sometimes it's like, okay, enough with the sneezing and eye watering. This is getting unpleasant. So you're going to send antihistamines to tell your immune system, like, chill out with the histamines. It's too much watering. I don't need all this. You're freaking out about nothing. It like thinks that it's constantly getting all these pathogens. It thinks that like pollen, your body thinks that pollen in the air is like so horrible for you. And it keeps trying to like get rid of it by making you sneeze it out and tear it out. But you don't want it to. So you're going to take antihistamines. So here's some bad examples. Really bad when it gets to the point where you can't breathe. If it gets so strong, we call it an anaphylactic reaction, where it's actually causing you harm. Another possible problem with your immune system is that if you needed an organ transplant, like you needed a new liver or kidney, your body, your immune system might attack it, and we call that rejecting it. So again, your immune system can detect whether it's self or non-self. And your immune system might go, whoa, that new kidney is not me. Because remember, everything has little markers on it, right? Everything's got these little protein markers. The shapes have to fit for them to be recognized. Your body might go, oh no, that's not me, and attack it and kill it because it thinks it's protecting you from this horrible new kidney, but really you need the kidney. So the solution to that is to find a match, somebody who has the same blood type, so they have the same markers as you. Like if you have blood type A, they have A, so they have little A markers, you have little A markers, and your body goes, oh, that's good, we're A. I recognize that. We also, when we give someone a organ transplant, we give them immune suppressants. So we're actually going to chill out their immune system so that the immune system doesn't like attack the new organ. The problem with that is now their immune system's down, and they're more vulnerable to catching a disease because their immune system's you can get sick more easily. So that's why they talk about people during the coronavirus being immune compromised. So I have autoimmune diseases, which means that my immune system attacks my joints, my thyroid, and my villi in my gut. So I take immune suppressants. I take this pill that tells my immune system to chill out. Well, now my immune system is down a little, so now I'm a little bit more vulnerable to getting sick. Well, I will say it's a very mild one, so I'm not too vulnerable. So again, autoimmune disorders are when your body, not that your body thinks like, oh, peanut's bad and it attacks. It's your body sees your own cells and thinks they're bad. So diabetes is an example. Your body attacks your own pancreas that makes insulin and destroys them because it thinks like those cells are bad for some reason. Your body turns on itself, and that those same white blood cells that should be attacking a pathogen are attacking your body cells, and it's ruining them so that people can no longer do something they need to do, like make insulin. MS is a nasty disease that's also autoimmune, and so is rheumatoid arthritis, which is another thing I have. Your immune system can become damaged. So with age, that's why probably, I don't know, one of the reasons why older people are more vulnerable to coronavirus. Stress, if you've ever, I remember during finals during college, just getting so stressed that I ended up getting sick, or fatigue can make you more vulnerable to disease. Also, immune deficiency disorders like AIDS, those particular diseases, the way they hurt you is by lowering your immunity so that people with AIDS don't end up actually dying from AIDS. They end up dying from some other virus because AIDS has hurt their immune system so much. So just to sum up, your immune system's job is to defend you from bad things, which we in general call pathogens. Could be viruses or bacteria or fungi or parasites. First, it tries to keep the bad stuff out. Then it has these little blobby white blood cells that try to like gobble up the bad stuff. It also has like memory cells and antibodies, which try to remember the bad stuff for next time and give you immunity. Shape absolutely matters. That's the way that your antibodies, your memory cells remember the bad thing. They go, oh, the shape fits. That must be coronavirus. And then problems with two ways to get immune is to either be sick or get a vaccine. Vaccine is just exposing you to the bad stuff just enough so that you make antibodies to it. And then problems with your immune system could be allergies, overreacting of the immune system, autoimmune diseases where your immune system attacks its own cells, transplant rejection where your body says, oh no, that's foreign, I'm going to attack that, and then immune deficiencies where your immune system just doesn't work as well. All right, so hopefully we will be able to get a vaccine to coronavirus so that we can all go back to school.